Tchami, Adieu. That sounds like nonsense, to be honest.
It does,
yeah. It does.
Sometimes I'm just saying noise.
I'm not being horrible. It's a great song. I've got nothing but good thoughts for that. But when someone comes out for the first time and just says Tchami, Adieu, people are like, the fuck? This guy's drunk.
Well, I'm a bit.
Well.
But anyway, Tchami, Adieu. I think it's Adieu. I think it's French. I don't even know.
Again, we should definitely research. We should go onto Google and type it in and see how the Google lady says it. And if she says it, you copy her.
Do that right now. Get your phone up and just see how it says it. But anyway, I know it seems like we've gone to the dark side there and played a house tune because there's this weird, stupid rivalry between house and other rave music. But I don't even care because that song is bloody awesome.
I mean, I know what you mean, but there's some great house out there. I love some. That there made me kind of feel like I was back in Ibiza. I went to a boat party and it was all house, and it sounds fun, but it was actually awful. It was full of loads of literally kids, and they were like 18, but they were all trying to be geezers, like, oh, I'm 18, like, I'm fine. You see me here, darling? Yeah. And it was all house, and I was just on the boat for ages. They said it'd be 2 hours, and we were there for about 3.5. And I'm not joking. At one point, I looked over and was like, "Can I swim back to land?" I'm not joking. And I came to my senses and was like, because once you jump off, they're not going to go, "Oi, you can't do that. It's too late. I'm already in the water."
No,
so
I
fuck
reckon
you.
they'd send someone after you.
Would they though?
They'd send a life ring out and everything.
Yeah, well, if it's my choice, but yeah, I mean,
well, because a lot of people I reckon a lot of people fall off party boats.
Yeah, it's actually it is putting them in the biggest danger possible. It's
to be honest, I've never been on one, and it honestly doesn't appeal to me in the slightest.
It doesn't. I wouldn't.
And I went to Ibiza when I was younger, and I remember looking out on the beach and seeing a house party, a boat party, and everyone was just standing around. No one was dancing; they were just standing there, just holding their drinks, and it looked dead. Yeah, and I think it's. Even if you're stuck on a boat, you can't even leave.
That's exactly my point. Yeah. You're just stuck there and you go, I've literally got to wait. And if you don't like it, you're like...
Yeah, especially if you get seasick, and I do get a bit seasick, so that would be honestly the worst.
Everyone started shouting Jeremy Corbyn, Jeremy Corbyn, and it would come up about every 5 to 10 minutes. And bearing in mind you're on there for 3 hours, it's like, get me the fuck off this boat.
It's one of those gigs as well where everyone starts clapping with the beat as well.
Yeah, and I just hated every minute of it. But what I will say is that I don't like that kind of new school house. I love like Daft Punk. I'll put it in the link in the description. Daft Punk's Essential Mix from 1990 something. It's amazing, and it's the sort of mix that you're just like It doesn't matter if you don't like dance music or don't like house. You will bop away. I was cooking once. I've cooked more than once, but this was one time that I was specifically cooking at this time. And I was just like chopping chicken to the beat, and I was like, make love and listen to the music.
Oh, like old school 90s, 80s house.
Yeah.
That's even Naughty's house, to be honest. Past 2010, house gets a little bit too, I'd say, popular. Yeah. And it becomes a club scene, and you get like pretty much like pop house is honestly, I'm not going to lie, sorry everyone, but I hate pop house.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because it's just like EDM.
It's like when
David
you get...
Guetta.
Yeah.
Calvin Harris.
Also, what
not gonna
I
lie,
hate
Calvin
about
Harris
House-
has got a few decent
Yeah,
tracks.
oh, Merrymaking at My Place,
But-
absolute tune. Yeah, he's old school, except for the 80s, which is, I can't really relate because I'm from the 90s, but, 80s was pretty awesome, quite jealous that I wasn't there. But,
But then every now and then you get an absolute golden house track. So this came out in 2017. Well into the teen. How do you call this? Like that decade?
the
teensies.
noughties.
The noughteens. Was it noughteens?
Yeah, well, I call it that because
Yeah.
it
Well,
makes
okay. Let's
sense,
call it the
but-
noughteens. 2010 to 2020. The noughteens.
Well,
That came
yeah.
out 2017, and that is honestly a killer track. So good, and it's not because it's not. It's part of the popular house.
It
sort
works,
of genre, but it's just
not. It's underground house.
Yeah, it's more
Well.
musical, I'd say. It's got a lot more going on than just a.
It does sound like it's about a restraining order. Like
You tell me to leave you
yeah,
alone,
and then
but I need you.
You tell me to leave you alone, but you're at my fucking door. You put this restraining order on me, and you're here. You are
just
such-
entered my world.
Yeah, you cheeky prick. But do you know what I hate about House is the way it's become the main charts is all about like dance, four to the floor, and do you know why I'm so angry? Coldplay, one of the best bands going. Yellow, Scientist.
They've
Everything's
become
Not
like
Lost.
dancey house.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah, and it's like,
take that
what are
as
you-
well.
what
They
are
did
you
like house
doing?
tracks,
What are you
and it's
doing?
like take that. I never really stop this. Stop.
Probably just stabbed me in the chest.
Let me. Yeah, so I hate what like House has done to like good artists. It's like they're signed to a big label and they have to do what they say. It's like we made a house beat, we're gonna have it in the top 40, and it's like fucked up Coldplay, and it's a shame. It's but then you get some good house tracks, and that is the sort of house that I never used to be into house, but you've kind of got me into house a bit more.
Yeah, I got you into. I remember when we first met, and you're like, "What music do you listen to?" And I was like, "Oh, I like drum bass, bit of house." And you're like, "Oh, house," and I was like, "I will convert you," and I did.
You did a bit, yeah.
But I
grew
I'd
up
say
on. I used to listen to house when I was a kid. Like,
pop house, noughties house.
One of the best. Like I remember being about 8 years old when Mojo Lady came out, and it was just such a cool track. I was this little fat kid in my room, just like, "Oh, I like this. This is good." Yeah.
Shuffling.
Just
in your room.
eating, obviously, listening to
The
it,
literal
just-
truffle shuffle. Then.
Yeah, it's in my
Eating
room.
chocolate truffles and
If someone
shuffling.
comes in and it's like they don't knock, I'm like, knock because I'm fucking
Oh my God, Mom!
truffle shuffling.
Chuckle truffling.
No one wants to see you jamming in the bathroom in the shower, and when you come in and it's just rude, knock, because you don't know what it could be. Sexual, it could be. You could be getting dressed, or you could be busting some moves and doing some air guitar. That's your time, and we all do it. I see a bird in a car once. She was behind me, and she was just singing her heart out. Full on, I think she had a brush as a microphone as well, and she was just having the
Well, not
best.
2 hands on the wheel though.
She had one hand on the wheel, but we was in traffic, so we were just like clutching. And I don't know what it was, but she looked like an absolute maniac. But it's like you were having a great time. She was, you know what I mean? Everyone sings in the
Yeah.
shower.
in the shower.
Because of the reverb of the shower, the tiles, it always makes you sound like a bigger, powerful singer.
Yeah.
But then from the outside, in your head, it's like a really epic scene from a movie. Really, everything's perfect, and then it cuts to reality, and it's just like, and your
yeah, I
mum's
know what
like,
you
what
mean.
the fuck's
I
going on in the
remember
bathroom?
when I was really young, I used to try and sing, and I used to think, I can't sing at all. And I think I would never have sung on my own tracks if it wasn't for when I was in school, and say I came home early from school, I had a free period, and I'd come home, and I just used to make myself a cheese toastie, whack on my iPod at full blast, and just sing.
Man.
And I was like, it's great. Like, you come home and just sing. And
Expressing.
you express it. And I did get better because of doing that. And I would never have sung on any of my tracks if it wasn't for doing that. So, respect to you out there. If you're privately singing, shower, on your own in the kitchen, or
Brush microphone.
anything like that, respect to you. Keep going.
I used to come back from college on my break, and I used to cut my drums, and then my stepdad would come home early sometimes. So he'd come in, and at the time I was like, "You're such an old man." He's not old at all. He's only just 50, so he's actually pretty young. But he'd come in and be like, "Turn that shit down." And I'm looking, thinking like that. You're so moody. And then now I'm looking at being older. I'm like, Jesus, man, I was a dick. Imagine like a stereo on full volume, and I used to drum to like Green Day, Sum 41, Fall Out Boy shit.
Did you ask for your drum kit, or did it get given to you as a present?
I'm going to tell you the story of my drum kit. So you know, I said my stepdad bought my first set of decks.
Yeah.
He was like my hero. I was like, this guy's awesome. He's getting me decks and he's getting me inspired about music, and you know. And then when I moved in New Zealand, there was a shop called the Rock Shop, I think it was, and I fell in love with this Pearl Premier Cabriole light kit. It was black with chrome, and Zildjian Z customs, and the hi hat had like a dip in it. So there's like holes, so every time you use your foot, it's like extra, it's louder.
Resonating it, yeah.
It was louder because the sound was released, and they were just so heavy. And I was like, my first Christmas out there. It's hot, and it's weird when you're from England and you're like, this. Where's the snow at? This is ridiculous. But I just heard bibbing, and I was like, what's that? Look out my window, and he's just in the pickup truck filled with drums in the back.
Dude, you had the sickest stepdad. Oh my God. Mine was an arsehole.
Really do.
Mine was an actual arsehole.
This is documented.
Like, I don't care.
I know. You
now.
feel like that about me, do you, Sam? Well, you can be like, yeah, I do.
He's long gone, mate. Don't worry about it.
Oh, cool. I was going to say, if you give you shit, I'll back you up. We'll go, yeah,
everyone says, like, oh, the evil stepmom. No, mine was the evil stepdad.
Fair play, man.
Yeah, but so I guess you expressed a want for drumming then. Mine was just given to me on my 13th birthday or 14th birthday by my mum. It was a complete surprise.
That's sweet.
And so she wasn't allowed to be mad that I was drumming, because she got that for me without me asking.
Turn it down. Why did you buy them for me?
Yeah, exactly. So
turn them down, like they've got a little volume on it.
I did have like a curfew. I wasn't allowed to drum past, I think, 8 o'clock in the summer or 7 o'clock in the winter.
That's fair.
In the evening,
like you think, like, do you know how loud drums are?
Yeah,
like,
they're very. Especially when when Craig came around in my band, it was so hot in the summer. We had to have I was converted garage, my bedroom, so we had double doors. So we had double doors open and both windows open, playing full on rock. Yeah, your
neighbours must have been like, what a bunch of pricks.
Christ, yeah.
Stupid youth. There was a guy in New Zealand, his name was Cliff, actually. I played in my band, we played for our bosses. We got to get to the next track soon, but I've got a good story, fuck it. I used to hang out with this guy called Cliff. I was like 14 and he was probably about 30, but he just invited me over to these like storage garages. And he just had like a massive Marshall amp, all these pedals, drum kit, like so many cymbals. And my mum would just drop me off there, and it might sound a bit weird, like a guy hanging out with a kid, but it was literally just us just jamming. We played like Metallica and just me and him jamming, and he wasn't. I think it's really unfair that it's like, if you hang out with a kid, you're a pedo. It's like, why, man? He just wanted to fucking jam.
Yeah, his intentions weren't that. His intentions were
he just wanted to jam.
Like jam.
He got me learning. He got me like jamming with someone, and I kind of forget about that. And if Cliff, if you're listening, mate, you mean even if there's a Cliff listening, he's gonna go, I don't remember that, but whatever. But just saying, safe Cliff. Clifford the big red dog. You absolute geezer, you. So anyway, let's bring in the next track. I'm going to bring in a little bit of atmosphere here, trying to find a balance.
They love the taste of blood. And I don't know what that means, but I know that I mean it. Maybe they're as evil as they seem, or maybe I only look out the window when it's scenic. Atmosphere finally made a good record. Yeah, right, that shit almost sounds convincing. The last time I felt as sick and contradictive as this was the last time we played a show in Cincy. Get real, they tell me. If only they knew how real this life really gets. They would stop acting like a silly bitch. They would respect the cock, whether or not they believed in it. Doesn't take much, and that's messed up, because these people do a lot of simple shit to impress us. While everyone was trying to outdo the last man, I was just a ghost trying to catch some Miss Pac-Man. Hello, ma'am, would you be interested in some sexual positions and emotional investments? See, I'm not insane, in fact, I'm kinda rational when I be asking, yo, where did all the passion go? East Coast, West Coast, down south, Midwest. Nowadays everybody knows how to get fresh. Somebody give me a big yes. God bless America, but she stole the beef from Bless. Now I'm too fucked up to dance, so I'ma sit with my hand on the front of my pants. You can't achieve your goals if you don't take that chance. So go pry open that trunk and get those amps. You know, days of kings and queens, I was a jester. Treat me like a god, or they treat me like a leper. You see me move back and forth between both. I'm trying to find a balance, I'm trying to build a balance. In the days of kings and queens, I was a jester. Treat me like a god, or they treat me like a leper. You see me move back and forth between both. I'm trying to find a balance. I'm trying to find a balance, I'm trying to build a balance. I'm trying to find a balance, I'm trying to build a balance. So now I keep a close eye on my pets, because they make most of their moves off of instinct and sense. It's eat, sleep, fuck, in self-defense. So straight, you can set your clocks and place bets. Wait, let's pray on a blind, deaf, dumb, dead. Hustle, maybe a couple will love what you said. MCs drag their feet across a big naked land with an empty bag of seed and a fake shake of hands. Yeah, I got some last words. Fuck all of y'all. Stop writing raps and go play volleyball. Gotta journey the world in a hurry, cause my attorney didn't put enough girls on the jury. Guilty of dropping these bombs in the city, but I'm innocent. Love is the motive, that's why I'm killing them. Guilty of setting my fire in all 50, but I'm innocent. Blame it on my equilibrium. In the days of kings and queens, I was a jester. Treat me like a god, or they treat me like a leper. You see me move back and forth between both. I'm trying to find a balance, I'm trying to build a balance. In the days of kings and queens, I was a jester. Treat me like a god, or they treat me like a leper. You see me move back and forth between both. I'm trying to find a balance. I'm trying to find a balance, I'm trying to build a balance. I'm trying to find a balance, I'm trying to build a balance. I'm trying to find a balance, I'm trying to build a balance. I gotta find my balance, I gotta find my balance.
Atmosphere, trying to find a balance. I reckon he was on a tightrope when he thought these lyrics, and he was just him like, this is so fucking difficult. I've got to find my balance.
That's where
I've got a whole circus full of people. Yeah, he's like frustrated. From. He's like, I've got a whole circus full of people staring at me. I've got a lion in a cage that I let out. This is madness. So yeah, absolutely great track though. Check out. I'm going to throw a little shout out to my friend Max Rayner. He is a great person, and he introduced me to Atmosphere. He showed me God's Bathroom Floor, which is one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life. I'm going to do a little brag here. It's not on Spotify, it's not on iTunes, it's like a discontinued track from their album Overcast. It's like a bonus track, and I've got it on vinyl. So any Atmosphere lovers out there, I know it's not a competition, but if it is, I'm winning, because I've got God's Bathroom Floor.
Discontinued track.
Yes, it's a discontinued track, and I didn't even have any money in my bank when I got it. I saw it and was like, just buy it, deal with the debt. It wasn't that expensive.
Why did it get discontinued? Is it a label thing?
I think it's because it's just so damn good. It's like one of those, like, you know, you get those tracks that they don't have out because they're like Well,
I know, like, for example, like Spotify, like with that from the last podcast, there was that We Are 18 from Hospital, where some tracks are greyed out and you can't actually listen to them.
Yeah.
Because there's sort of like a weird record label, artist sort of politics going on.
But it's almost like they're such a gem that it's like, they don't. Yeah, I'm just going to call it a gem. God's Bathroom Floor is a gem. And it's one of those it's one of the best songs I've ever heard. But then that's how it got me to Atmosphere. Started listening to more Atmosphere's albums, and every album is amazing. And I love the way, I think he had like a drinking problem, and he talks about it in his songs. Actually, I know he has a drinking problem because he talks about it in his songs. And one of their albums they bring out later is called You Wouldn't Believe the Fun We're Having, and it's basically him looking at the camera with his hand on his head, like bored at an AA meeting, and it's basically saying, now I'm sober, and now hip hop's not going to be as good, but they kind of play on that, and it's still great. On that album, you've got Smart Went Crazy, Pour Me Another, Little Man, Watch Out, just so good. I just want to give to everyone who's listening to this, please listen to Atmosphere. Just the amount of joy they've given me, I want you to have that same joy. I saw them in Camden last year with the one and only Ollie Douglas, maniac.
Ollie D.
Yeah, and
the original OD.
Yeah, the original Ollie Douglas.
We'll get him on one day. Him and Prabsy.
But it was me and Sarah went. And Ollie, and it just jammed, and it was one of those moments that I want to basically tick off songs in my life that I've seen live.
And you saw that one?
Yeah, God's Wife from Claude came on, and but it was such a great. It was one of the best gigs I've ever seen, and I came out with so Atmosphere. I think they've had like different DJs through the time and like beat producers with it all, but the current one, Anthony, and his name's Sean. He's hip hop named Slug.
Anthony Sean.
No. The beat maker is Anthony, Sean Slug is the MC.
Sorry.
But, so when they came out in Camden, it was a small stage, but you had two DJs. One was the beat, like matching the beats, and the other one was scratching, and you just had him, Slug in the middle, and MC. It was just so old school.
See, that's wicked when you actually get a DJ who uses it as an instrument.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. A beat matching the beats in, but you've got some fucking crazy. It was just so old school. And you know, like 8 Mile, when they're all just like, now everybody in the free, and everyone's just with their arms.
Yeah.
It was just that, and it was
just get the crowd vibing off it. And
tell you who else I've seen as well, like old school hip hop. I've seen DJ Yella from NWA, and he played in Chelmsford, and I was like, why, man?
Why are you in Chelmsford?
It worked out for me. Like, it was convenient for me. Like, I'm down the road from Chelmsford, but like you'd think that DJ Yella from Compton, who's in NW bloody A, be like, let's pick a really small Essex town. They in America, they probably don't know what Essex is. I doubt they do. If they do, it's because of, what's her name? Big Fat Gemma Collins. So yeah, let's go play Chelsea. So I've seen DJ Yella, that was cool. Really weird seeing like someone from NWA, one of the biggest movements of hip hop in
my little town of Chelmsford.
It was great. There's all these like pillars and like lights flashing, smoke machines and that, and everyone was just banging on the ceiling. And
what? It can touch the ceiling.
Yeah.
It was
I almost felt like he's in that Sean Paul video when he's like, quit banging on the goddamn furnace, and they're all just like, have you seen that video? It well makes me laugh. Like Sean Paul, that sexy ladies one. I don't know. I don't really like follow Sean Paul, but and then it's like they're in his basement and his dad comes down from sleeping. He's like, shut up with that noise. Stop banging on the goddamn furnace. And it's well funny. I just remember watching that. I wouldn't watch the song because I like the song. I'd be like, everyone shush, the furnace bit's coming on. I loved it. But yeah, so Atmosphere.
It's wicked, man.
Please.
I like there's a select few kind of hip hop artists who have got like really real to sort of personal emotional songs. There's another one. I'm not going to play it because it is one of the most depressing raps ever.
Oh, wow.
Is Dance with the Devil by Mortal Technique. And what that song is about, basically, is about a kid joining a gang and going through the initiation. Oh. And the initiation was to rape and murder someone.
Wow.
And to cut a long story short, the kid doing it turned out he... didn't know until the end, but he raped his mum and killed his mum.
Oh my god, that is the darkest thing I've ever heard.
So listen to Dance with the Devil, Immortal Technique.
No, I don't want to.
Do it.
That's mental.
It's a wicked song, wicked beat as well, and it's just such a deep emotional story. And I like how hip hop can be very upbeat, and most of the time it is, and it's about. But when you get those songs about proper personal, emotional things like that, and so that's kind of similar with Atmosphere. He's got a lot about his alcoholism and stuff. He raps about himself.
I see what you're saying, but can we just?
It's not the same level. It's not.
Atmosphere has never done that.
I know. But I'm just saying, there's.
I'm just picturing him listening and being like, "This is bad publicity." You're gonna get the wrong idea. To be like, right now, I follow on Instagram, and he's got his little family. He lives in Minneapolis. And he's got 2 sons and stuff, but he's not in the Crips or the Bloods. He's a respectful family man who doesn't kill people. Okay, just to say, I repeat, Atmosphere, hip hop artists, not gang member. Right, Sam, bring in your track, boy.
Floating Points, Last Bloom. Points, Last Bloom. Jesus Christ, does this song annoy me? I love this song, but it annoys me so much.
This is going to be a roast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Floating Points, if you're listening,
like,
just
Floating
don't.
Points are amazing. They're so good and so versatile and diverse in the music, but this song... Oh. So, let me explain why. And it's the beginning up until about 5 minutes into the song is very weird, and like Tom was saying earlier, it's very Aphex Twin.
It's stressful.
It's a stressful song. It's weird, and it's got these synths. They've got their themes, their motifs, and they're kind of all over the place. And then from 5 minutes onwards, it does the little slow breakdown, and it builds this note thing. And I should really know what the notes are just to say it, but all I'm gonna go is to da-da-da. That's all I'll say. And if you'll know what I mean because you've listened to it, but. When that happens...
For a second, I was like, did you just press play again? Oh, no, it's you. Fucking hell. That's
but
all right.
that bit comes in and the beat starts to build up again, and you get more of a like bopping along to it feel. Like the first section is quite erratic, and then it gets more of a sort of, you can feel the music vibe, feel the pump.
More.
Yeah, boppable.
Like what I think with Aphex Twin, what's that track, Mini Pops? It's one of these songs that's the Aphex Twin songs that you can jam to is Come to Daddy. It's like distorted, like hardcore drum and bass with like Come to Daddy over the top of it, and then you've got Didgeridoo goes really well with like a hard house or trance beat, and Mini Pops was kind of like his weird synths he does, but it's almost like uneasy to listen to, but then he made it to a beat that you can dance to. But then you get other songs by him, which is like the bouncing ball one, and he basically recorded him dropping a ping pong ball, just that one like donk sound, and then put it into a sampler and just goes fucking mental. And it's like this, it's clever, but it's not good. You get this metal artist who plays in like drop Z, and it's just fucking, it's not even a thing. And then they've got like their chorus is in like 4/4, and then there's an interlude that goes to like 12/63, and then it drops to like not minus Z, like minus drop, not drop Z, like drop 2. They've gone beyond notes and letters, they've gone to numbers, and it's like, we're so clever because we can play in all these different time signatures and ridiculous notes, and it's like, yeah, but your song's not good. You just practice that madness stress, and it's you think it's impressive, it's not. Aphex Twin's impressive the way what he does.
I think it's like up to interpretation whether you find that really clever and good, or it's clever but it doesn't serve a purpose.
It's like what is music? Like,
with that Floating Point song though, I think that last section really builds, and it annoys me so much because obviously I appreciate the beginning of the majority of the song until the last ending section, where I think that could be taken and extended, and it could become more likeable. I don't want to say that. You should import
that bit into Ableton, cut
just
it,
make my own
and just
thing.
export your own, and then just listen to that.
The thing is, I've done that before, and I will play this song on another podcast. I did a rework of Lanai by Cafe Lanai, where the beginning of that song is a very slow build with some vocals, and then the ending goes into this really wicked house beat, but only for about 30 seconds. So what I did was took that house beat and made a 6-minute song out of it, and it's so good.
Can I just tell you what's on my mind right now? Was it Cafe who?
Lanai.
Lanai. So that's a person. It's by Lanai, and it's Cafe.
No, Cafe Lanai is a person. The song was called Lanai.
There you go. Okay, so I've never walked past a calf and gone Cafe Tom. That guy's called Lanai, and he's walked into a calf called Cafe Lanai. The odds of seeing a calf called Tom, it's really unlikely, but it could happen. But it's like 1 in a million or whatever. This guy's Lanai. I've never heard the word Lanai, let alone the name Lanai. So for him to walk and go, fuck me, there's a calf with my name. Like, I don't see my name anywhere. That's
what
more
I
striking.
do, though? But when I do play it, because it's been a dream for me to do this, I will mix it into the original. So the original plays, and at the end goes into my rework of it, which will fit seamlessly and beautifully. So stay tuned, because you will hear that.
Statement. You ain't even fucking started mixing yet.
Oh, you just made a statement like that?
Yeah, to be fair though, you're putting yourself in like...
that's my goal, so...
To get the best at being a DJ. We're actually going to have a little jam today, you know, and after this I'm going to start to teach him how to mix, and what he doesn't know is I'm actually a really shit DJ. I'm just going to teach him all wrong, and I'm like...
Beat matching? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
BPMs?
What does
that stand for?
I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Big.
I was going to say boobs, pussy, minge. But there you go, like, so mature, but whatever. Everyone loves a bit of boob, pussy, and minge. So anyway, this is going to be my next track, and it's an absolute gold one. It's actually my first. I mentioned this in another one actually. It's one of my first vinyls. This is the Chemical Brothers Star Guitar. Brothers, Star Guitar.
Star Guitar.
Good tune, great guitar, great.
That is such a
Great guitar.
feel-good tune.
Yeah, it is. They
You didn't see us, but I was just dancing around the room.
He wasn't. He was
feeling it.
I said stop dancing in my room, goddammit, and he was like, fine. They're my rules. Take your
Sorry.
shoes off and don't dance in my room.
Don't you dare dance in my room.
Yeah. But that is this
Cheek.
this track, Star Guitar, is good. Great. Next
Great
track.
analysis. Yeah. It's
Great
good.
analysis, yeah.
Star Guitar.
I went to university and studied music production as me, like production analysis. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, but they Chemical Brothers. There's a really good. So when Chemical Brothers play their tracks, they kind of mix them, not as a DJ, but they like play their songs on drum
I've
machines.
never
and
actually
everything.
seen Chemical Brothers. Obviously, not like seen them live physically, but I mean even a video of them.
Their
playing
face.
live. I don't know how they'd
You
go
could walk
about
by the
it.
Chemical Brothers and you'd be like, "Get out my way!" And it turns out it's like you just told the Chemical Brothers to get out of the way.
And he goes, "Do you know who we are?
Do you know who I am? Like, no. And they're like,
I'm
"Oh,
Chemical Brothers 1.
Yeah, I'm the other Chemical Brother.
I'm Chemical and he's brothers."
Yeah, there's a good mix. They're doing a live set.
Do they DJ though, or are they just like a?
I think they just do
like
like I suppose they
instrumentation?
can DJs. They're the Chemical Brothers. They're like next to the Prodigy in dance. So they're pretty legendary. But yeah, they do a mix live. It's a live show of them playing Star Guitar, and it's Swoon and Swag. Swoon. I just said Swag Guitar. Swoon mixed in with Star Guitar. You can hear those claps. And then you see him coming in, and you're like, oh. And it comes in, it's really good. But the video for it's really cool as well. It's just like, it's really easy. It's just like, I think it's like a train and it's just going by and this is filming.
Well, all of Chemical Brothers' music videos have been really cool, I think. I can't remember which song it is, but it's one where it's like a dude like crawling around some walls in an alleyway. I just remember that as a kid, seeing that, and that was a really cool video.
That doesn't ring a bell.
I think it was
it sounds like
it was My Chemical Bromance.
My Chemical Bromance. I like the video for Setting Sun. There's this like woman in it, and she's doing her thing, whatever. And then there's like a dark, like a scary version of her. I remember being a kid, and I was like, "Ooh, she's creepy." Just like the devil version of her. And whenever I see it as an adult, it gives me chills. Do you know Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden? Do you know the video?
No.
It is. We'll put the
link in the description.
We'll put the link in the description, but Sam's going to do it because I'm not going anywhere near that link. That fucking video is terrifying. It's like a black hole, obviously, going around like sucking everyone up, but their faces when they see the black hole, they go weird, and it kind of
like Interstellar weird, or
It's nothing like it. It's really making me feel uneasy right now just thinking about it. It's put it in the description, but Sam's going to do that. I'm not going. Honestly, I'm not even going to click on our own page because that link's on there. I'm fucking terrified of it, and it just makes me feel sick.
I'm quitting the podcast right now.
Your Tam takes the reins now. Tam. Swam. So that I do love. I've got a lot of respect for Chemical Brothers. I love them. Still need to see them. They're great. They are like it's all I've got is that's good and they're great. That's awful. Honestly, I'm gonna go and get a thesaurus and go look at some words and be like, that will make me sound a bit more intellectual.
Let's look at the word good and find the different synonyms of good. Great, swell, brilliant, fantastic.
See, brilliant and fantastic are a bit too big for me. They're just too. I can fit in like the 4 to 5 letter range. If you start going 10,
Sweet.
Yeah, it's chemical. That's so Star Guitar, really good. It's just sweet. It's good. Great. It's one of my first vinyls as well, and I've still got it, and it's just a great. I just love it. I don't know what it is. Do you feel what I feel? You should take what I take. They're definitely talking about ecstasy. Chemical Brothers. Do you know what the Chemical Brothers were originally called? The Dust Brothers.
Really?
I mean, their parents
started up.
You know the way like.
Wait, are you telling a real story right now?
No, they're called the Dust Brothers, and then they changed Chemical Brothers, and it's like
Dust Brothers.
Yeah, so you've got Dust and Chemical. Their parents, when they said that
I think a dustbin.
We've been signed and we're going to be an artist now, and they go, what's your name? Dust Brothers. Okay, what's that mean? We just like to clean houses, and then they changed it to Chemical Brothers, and then their parents
So
clocked on and was
much
like,
better.
our kids are druggies, they're druggos.
Even if regardless of that is such a better name than Dust Brothers.
I like Dust Brothers.
No,
But Chemical Brothers is better, but Dust Brothers
well,
is...
compared to Chemical Brothers,
Yeah.
that's such a better name.
Well, at least you know that they got better, not worse, because it's like, if they changed to the Dust Brothers, you would be pretty let down. You're let down by just hearing it, let alone if they're actually called that. So,
well, I'm going to bring in my next track, which is Edyth, Herbal Blend. Edyth, Herbal Blend.
Edyth is our assistant. Edyth, can you get us...
Do you mind? Cheers, love.
I'll have latte, 1 sugar, please. Actually, 1.5. Can you bring those biscuits? What were they called? Those Foxes ones. Sam, what do you want?
Jammy Dodgers, if you got them. Chocolate fingers. And a pumpkin spiced mocha.
That's all, yeah.
If you go.
Edyth, you're a safe fuck, you are.
Very safe out there, Edyth.
Edyth's quite hot too. She's cool. She sounds old, but she's actually banging. Like, she's one of those, like...
She's like a 60-year-old woman.
Yeah,
Tom.
so what? She's still fit for her age. Leave it out. Anyway, yeah.
That's Edyth Herbal Blend. I remember when I first showed Tom that song, and I'm not going into too many details, but he just looked at me and he went, "Fuck."
Says it all. There's a thing. I'll repost this. I've got it on my Instagram. It's the different phrases that an Australian and an American and an English person says about a good tune. Actually, Mixmaster Mike from Beastie Boys liked it, and I was like,
I remember you showed me.
yeah, I was like, why? Like, how have you found me? You're Mixmaster goddamn Mike. You're literally a god of DJing, and he likes it. But anyway, it says, what do you think of this tune? Australian, yeah, it's a good crack, Matt. And then the American, this is awesome. And then the English person, oi, fuck off.
That's now the name of this podcast.
Oi, fuck off. I just love it. I'm proud to be British, to be able to say.
I hate being British, and I'm also quite proud of it at the same time.
Yeah, same. I'm like, same with Essex. I'm from Essex. I'm kind of like a bit ashamed of that, but there's a part of me, like, rave was kind of born in Romford, and that's where I'm from. Braintree, Prodigy, I lived there too. I've been at the roots of it, that I'm proud to say that I'm from the place that rave was born, like old school rave and stuff like that. But then I'm also like, when you see people in Zante just being the biggest dickheads ever, I'm just ashamed to be a part of that. Like Towie clubs and that, and everyone's like, yeah, darling, yeah, how you doing, baby, yeah, darling, and the girls are like, shut. It's just, I'm ashamed to be a part of you lot. This is a bit of a downer. We're going on a rant.
Nah, we'll let's go back to Edyth Herbal Blend just to cheer us up a bit, because that song is.
Oh wait. It's back. Cheers, Ed.
Cheers, Ed. Thanks for those Fox's biscuits. Thank you very much.
Cheers,
cheers. Thank you. Dunk my biscuit for me. Golden. Thank you so much.
We do pay her a lot of money. We're making bare money from this podcast, actually.
But yeah, that song. I like it because
we're doing it again.
Good.
We seriously need to listen to a seminar and record it and take their intelligent techniques. Even them two words, intelligent techniques. I've lost track of what I'm saying.
I enjoy this song because I love that it's almost dubstep, because it's moved away from the dub beat, which is original like reggae, moving on to dub, but it's dubstep beat without the screechiness of Skrillex dubstep.
There's dubstep, how dubstep was and should be. There was like Mala, Koki and all that. They were the sort of, weren't quite the originals, but they were pretty much the like because dubstep comes from dub, which is like reggae roots, and then it turned it into more of like wob wob basses and like 140 drums, half time to 70 beats per minute, and but then it kind of become the new gurning 18-year-old in a club listening to Skrillex, and it was all about screaming and screeching.
Not to like talk down on Skrillex, but he did change the genre.
He did, but he was never actually a dubstep artist. He was an electronic artist, and he made some dubstep beats. It was all the 18-year-olds trying to get laid.
I think it's again maybe possibly a label interference where he made a screechy dubstep beat that got very big. And so either they decided or he decided, I will continue doing this.
Some of the best but dubstep though, like we're going to do a dubstep special one day. And I used to play dubstep when I was at uni. Used to play gigs, and my room was the room that you go to if it's 4 a.m. and everyone's coming back from the club. Tom's in his room and he's mixing, and I was.
Tom didn't go to the clubs. He was just in his room.
I am the club. Well, I was the club. That's not true. But I was always up. People were like, we can go back and have half party at Tom's, and I was always up. But I used to play a lot of dubstep and stuff. And the thing that got me into dubstep was Neuro's Essential Mix. My mate James Aubrey, you know who you are, mate. He showed me Neuro's Essential Mix on Radio 1. And there's a mix that's Claire Maguire, Ain't Nobody, Breakage remix, and it double drops in with I Can't Stop by Flux Pavilion.
Oh.
And it's just so awesome, and it just made me go, whoa.
Link that in the description.
Yeah, defo. Yeah, you got to hear that. But the thing is, I remember that actually. I was coming down with a bug that night, and I was on his bed, and I was like freezing and minutes away from vomiting. And it didn't help that he had like a sub on, but at the same time, it was like, I'm really happy, but also this is not the right time. But I'm fine now. But anyway, so yeah, dubstep is dubstep's great, and that is it would definitely work in a set. You could chuck that in an MLK set,
Definitely.
a Casper set, fucking Subscape. It's great.
It's a little like a rider chill beat, moving on to a more hard one afterwards, kind of thing.
That would go well.
Give little people a reset. Go grab some drinks, but make sure you're still listening. Kind of vibe.
What? Who are you talking to?
I'm just saying the environment you'll be in. You'll be like, oh, I might go to a bar now, get another beer.
Well, I see what you mean. This is the track list. Like, it's not the big one that you're waiting for. I've got a second.
But it's memorable.
Yeah, that would go well with loads of different tracks. But MLK and You Got Stoned. What a great track. The B-side of When I Look at You.
You sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks then.
Oh, maybe I was. Maybe it was a Theodore talking to
Simon.
Alvin. Yeah, it's Simon and Alvin. Yeah. I forgot them. But yeah, it's like him talking to him. Like, when I look at you, and he's like, yeah, what? When I look at you, what?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about
exactly, it? Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I like that. That's it's a good it's a good mixing tool.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's it's just a bit spacey. If I was in the club and that was playing.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's the dubstep beat, but it's got the dub delays on it on the drums, like.
We're going back to the. Yeah, I do like that. That's who was that again? Floating Points.
Edyth.
Edyth. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Not you, Edyth.
Sorry, Edyth. We're talking about the other Edyth.
You can clock off now. We're gonna.
Yeah, don't worry. We're finishing up soon, so go home.
Yeah.
I know it's raining outside. You want to go home?
Go home.
Back to your kids.
Say hey to Gordon for me, yeah.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah. So I think we should wrap it up.
Thanks a lot, Edyth. See you later. Thank you. Cheers. Oh, what sweetheart.
Bless her. Yeah, so I think we've as Edyth clocks off, we should come up as well. But
no! Don't take the bins down. I'll do that.
Oh, you can't stop that girl from working.
No, you didn't buy us a 6-pack, Edyth. All right, I'm gonna send you a bonus. All right, see you later. Go. She's gone.
You longed that joke out too long. People listening, they're going, that was funny for a second, and now you ruined it, man. But she's good though. She didn't need to take out the bins. Anyway, but yeah, so I think we should leave it on that one. I like not even a song. I like that one.
So I like the songs we played.
We need to sort of, if you see us talking a bit like trying to use bigger words, but kind of talking like Kevin or Perry, like hello ladders, and trying to sound a bit posher. You know why? Because at the moment I'm going to review our first 4 episodes of our podcast. So far, it's been uninformative. Even I had to think about that word. Then I had to fit.
Unintelligent.
Inintelligent?
Intelligent. Unintelligent. And I think it's
disintelligent. It's definitely disintelligent.
It's not this. It's unintelligent. It's unintelligent.
You're unintelligent.
Or maybe it's not even that. It's not intelligent.
No intelligence.
Yeah, we don't have any of that.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah, and it's been we haven't got any like dates or labels or
Jesus
years.
Christ.
We sometimes we don't even know if we're saying the artist names right.
No.
Actually, out of the 3 in the first, 5 and 5, that's 18. In the 18 songs that we've played so far, we've wondered, are we saying probably about 5 of the artist names right? That's a big percentage.
And even on the ones that were our own songs, we said your label name
got the wrong label already. So
Great start. Tune in next week for an even more informative, intelligent, and factually correct podcast.
You have a good night, Tata, and we'll see you.
We'll see you next time. Make sure that you follow those artists, listen to those artists. We put links in the description. Like us on all the socials, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
Catch you the next time, because we're dumb.